What's up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this POV review by Autobahn. My name is Max, and today you join me with this really nice VW Golf Mark 8. This is a Golf R by TVS Engineering in the Netherlands, and they have, as the first ones in the world, unlocked the DQ381 gearbox that is in this car. They are known as the DSG doctors for a long time, and well, they have proven once again that they are, because they have a really cool special tool that you just plug into the gearbox plug. I'll show you in a minute, and the tool automatically unlocks the gearbox. So they're rolling it out to their dealers right now, and next year probably there will be a consumer tool as well with an OBD tool or whatever. It is in development stages, but expect a lot from these guys next year. So today I'm going to show you around it. I will talk a bit about the Golf R in general, but not too much because we've covered it at length in the past. Today I'm going to focus on this turbo upgrade Golf R and the gearbox tune and unlock by TVS. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to take it for a drive as well towards the Autobahn for an Autobahn blast, because it also doesn't have a speed limiter anymore. Golf Mark 8 are very nice car. It's not my favorite of the lineup. I really like the GTIs and the GTI Club Sports, but the Golf R is undeniably a very effective and fast daily, and for that reason it is iconic. It really is. So we've got a white car with a lot of black accents, as you can see in the bumper. I'm going to do a quick walk around. LED bar running across the front. We've got these Sport Contact 7 tires from Continental, a 235 tire on a 19-inch wheel here at the front with R brakes behind that, perforated discs. They're pretty good actually. The brake pedal feels not great, but they are up for the task of slowing it down. R badge, TVS logos, and then 235s all around. Yep. At the rear, the quad tailpipe exhaust, of course. You need that on a Golf R. See, DSG doctor. Check out TVS Engineering if you need anything tuning wise for VW Golfs or Audi RS. I think they also do a lot, because they really know their stuff. So let me just grab, neighbor, let me just grab the tool, which is over here. And this is actually a very cool, like, world premiere thing. And it's very cool that TVS Engineering asked us if we wanted to tell you guys about it. So, I think that's a retrofit, right? Because I think normally it doesn't have that. We have an inventory intake as well, but I'll show you the tool first. So this is it. It's a very simple tool. You just connect the box and hook it up to the battery, and then you have this plug that goes into this one right there on the gearbox plug, and then it automatically starts unlocking it. It takes 10 seconds and then the gearbox is unlocked. They've been working on it for the better part of a year, and suddenly they had their eureka moment and were able to unlock it, which is very cool. As I said, the first ones in the world, and that means that you can, well, improve the gearbox, which is especially great when you have a tuned car like this. So what we have here is one of the VW Group's most iconic engines, the EA888, in its 4th generation in this car, the Evo 4 as they call it. And in this case, stock, it used to have 320 horsepower, 420 newton meters of torque, but with this tuning package by TVS, we've got an inventory intake, we've got a Garrett 2563S Power Max Turbo. Power Max, that's cool. We've got a decat downpipe as well, and then the stock exhaust, but they did introduce a center silencer, because the stock car just has the cat in the downpipe basically, and then the OPF is also in the downpipe, I believe, on these engines, and then nothing until the back box. And so when they did a decat downpipe OPF delete, it was just too much, so they introduced a center silencer as well. It's a Miltech downpipe, and then we've got an HG Motorsport upgraded intercooler, and And this is all on pump fuel with the stock fueling system. So one of the reasons why this engine is so good and why the Gen 4, the Evo 4 in particular, is really good for tuning is because it's got a bigger turbo than the Gen 3 as standard, but yeah, we've got an even bigger one right now. But also it's got a better fueling system, so better injection, very high bar injection, and also fuel pump and stuff like that. So with pump fuel and relatively simple mods, you can go 550 horsepower pretty easily. It's got 545 horsepower and 660 newton meters of torque. So that means that on a car that weighs around 1500 kilos, it's really fast. And we like that. That's basically it for the engine and gearbox. The DQ381 has been unlocked by TVS Engineering with their super cool tool. So yeah, if you want to unlock your gearbox, make sure you check out TVS Engineering and see if there is a dealer near you that can do it for you. Or just go to TVS Engineering is also possible, of course. All right, let's have a look inside. Again, not going to cover it at length, but we do have these really nice bucket seats. Super cool and a little bit retro with that nice print, but also with this sort of Alcantara in gray and that blue. It's a very nice seat as well. It's super supportive, could be a little bit more tight, but it's not adjustable that way. It's even manually adjustable, which does mean that you sit really nice and low. Steering wheel, we've got that as well, so you can turn the wheels, which is great. And well, other than that, it's a nice interior for this type of car, I think. There are just two issues with it, which we've covered at length in reviews in the past with the Golf Mark 8. And well, at least one of them has been fixed entirely. So the steering wheel, you've got the stupid touch buttons. Although I think the Golf R facelift, so the Mark 8.5, also has the stupid touch buttons because they needed an extra R button. It's just race mode, right? Yeah. And they didn't have the physical button set up for that. So I think the R still has the stupid touch buttons, but the GTI has the regular analog clicky thingies, which is super nice. Also, this system is not great. I do think they've updated it slightly, but it's not a great system. This all doesn't really work that well, and all the touch stuff. Just no. But other than that, super nice car. As I said, did I say that? I think I said it already in this video. It's just a super fast and capable car, and like a really nice daily. All right, so we're going to change the view here. I need a rev counter. There we go. And we are in M1, so that is the best mode because we've got a little bit more torque in M mode, M+1 mode, like the just manual mode. I don't know why it's so difficult to say manual mode. Here we go. So what do we have? The DSG has been tuned, has been unlocked, and this is about as much torque as it can take in this form. And you do feel that. It feels like a car on edge, and I love that because as good as the stock Golf R is, it can be, well, not dull, but it's not super exciting. It's a very safe car to drive fast. And this feels a bit more on the limit, which is great. Oh. Of course, you've got four-wheel drive, you've got the clever diff and the electronic stuff that is happening. I think it's called the R Performance Manager or something like that, which takes input from the gearbox, from the rear diff, from the suspension, engine, everything, and basically decides how to distribute the power. So the funny thing is, when I do this on the screen on the left, you can see that it varies the power between the rear wheels. Hope you guys can see that. Let me just turn that on, maybe that's a better way. So turn in and you can see the varying power. So no power when I turn hard enough goes to the inner wheel, it only goes to the outer wheel. So that's torque factory, which is nice. Okay, it's a little bit dirty, but we're going to turn off the ESC. I think this is the third launch control I'm doing. I'm not doing any more than that because I know it's it's quite straining for the gearbox, but I do want to show you guys the launch control because it is really impressive. It's a quick car. It also feels very nice. I just love the platform of these cars. It also sounds pretty good. It's not like too crazy. You know, these 2-liter TSIs, they can sound a bit rough if you take out every bit of silencing. So I really get that they decided to put a center silencer in here, because I think it sounds pretty damn good now. Okay, so launch control, just everything in sport, ESC off. And that is 100 kilometers an hour in 3.18 seconds is what I did, but I'm sure that you will be able to do it even quicker, because you can hear and, you know, feel that it is struggling for traction. All right, onto the Autobahn. Oh, it's quick. I think this is also pretty much the sweet spot of tuning this car, because yes, it feels on edge, but I don't feel like it's strained too hard or it's working too hard to put out this power, you know? It feels like it's pretty okay doing this. Don't know how to explain it any other way, but sometimes you just feel like a car has to work too hard to put out the amount of power that you're asking from it, and then it starts feeling not that nice to drive, because you feel like it might blow up at any second, basically. Brakes, as I said, they hold up pretty well. It's a quick little car, but of course it's not that heavy, so you don't need super massive brakes. So 100 to 200, I did a 6.9 second run, which is also very impressive. But mainly the thing about this car is that you can also put it in drive and comfort and just drive it as a regular Golf R, which is just great. And then when you get to the Autobahn or a nice little road, you just turn it up to 11 and it turns into this beast. Also pops and bangs, sometimes you get them. Heard a couple there, but they're not always there, which is great. They're not repetitive. Oh. Fourth gear is really strong. Come on, buddy. There we go. Thank you. Off we go. C'est parti is what they used to say in taxi. C'est parti. Don't know if you guys ever seen that movie, but I loved that growing up. So as you can see, this thing is hella fast, because we're about to do 300 on the speedo, I think. There we go. Could have gone faster, but again, brakes are not really made for these kinds of speeds, and also I don't want to, you know, strain the engine with the big turbo and everything too much, because everything heats up at those speeds, and you know, high revs for long periods of time, that is very hard on a car. So let me just check the temp. 120 oil temperature. 96 gearbox. So we'll let it cool down a little bit, but holy frickin' moly! Oh, fuck! That is a fast Golf. Holy crap! What a car! What a tune as well! It feels so smooth and powerful at the same time. Really good. I also really like the power delivery, like the development of power, because it's powerful enough that, you know, you do get that big, that surge, but it doesn't all come at once. It's a nice, it's been tuned well. And again, oh, the temp drops really quickly, so we're at 112 already. That's the HG Motorsport intercooler doing its job, I guess. We're just going to go back to regular drive, let it cool down for a sec, and I'll show you that when you drive it in comfort mode. Exhaust valve closed. It's just a regular car. It's nice, it's comfy. You've got... Do we have the dampers? Let me check. Did they not have that yet back then? The 15 setting slider? I think not. But we do have Sport, Comfort and Race for the suspension. Comfort is really nice. That's a proper tune, right? That's a proper Golf R. So, cool down a little bit. Let's do another little pull. Back to the dials. So, very quick. That was my impression of a wastegate, by the way. Why do I always sound like a chicken when I drive a fast car? I don't know. Big bang there. Oh. Pretending to move right, but then he thought, no. Where are we going? Keep him guessing. What the hell? What is happening? What are you doing? Okay. Back to business. Just, it keeps pulling. It just keeps developing more power the higher you go in the revs, and that is not something I'm used to with these. You know, that with the stock car you don't have that feeling, and I love that. It really takes the Golf R up to 11. Amazing tune, amazing car, absolutely love it. Check out TVS Engineering if you're interested in any of the things that I've mentioned today, and especially of course the first unlock for the DQ 381 gearbox. Thanks for taking the car to us, really appreciate it. Thank you for watching, hope you enjoyed it. You can subscribe by clicking the big button in the middle. Make sure you do that when you want to stay up to date with all our videos. We upload daily, so enough to watch. You can check out this video on the right, this playlist on the left, and we'll see you at the next one. Bye guys. What a good little car. Bye.